Never be quick to criticize others. James 4:11 states, "Brothers and sisters, do not slander one another." Now, slander actually means to speak against. It denotes questioning legitimate authority. Remember when Israel grew impatient on the way and they spoke against God and Moses? That is slander. Doing a secret smear campaign? That is slander. Making false accusations? That is slander. In an age of CNN and headline news, we all can be just too quick to criticize. And James' rationale for forbidding slander is very interesting. He states in verse 11, "Anyone who speaks against a brother or sister or judges them speaks against the law and judges it." Wow. When you judge the law, you are not keeping it, he says, but setting in judgment on it. And there's only one lawgiver and judge, the one who is able to save and destroy. But you, who are you to judge your neighbor, James asks. Now, James believes that those quick to criticize their fellow believer are in fact judging their fellow brother or sister. And the Old Testament's clear. Leviticus 19:16, it says, "Do not go about spreading slander among your people." Now, to slander contradicts the command expressed 2 verses later. Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against any among your own people, but love your neighbor as yourself. When we are quick to criticize, we are slow to love. So when we slander a fellow Christian, we fail to keep the law, and thereby we judge the law. We act as if the scripture has no meaning in our lives. But there's another reason why we should not judge. When we are quick to criticize, we try to play the part of God. And James says, hey, there's only one lawgiver and there's only one judge. Now, of course, we must use discrimination regarding right and wrong conduct. And there is a time to confront others regarding their wrong behavior. But when you find it necessary to criticize another person, I think you need to remember the words of John Wanamaker. He said this, "Whatever you have to say to people, be sure to say it in words that will cause them to smile, and you'll be on pretty safe ground." He said this, "And when you do find it necessary to criticize someone, put your criticism in the form of a question, which the other fellow is practically sure to have the answer to in a matter where he becomes his own critic." But the bottom line is, we must never be quick to criticize others. What ramification would that have regarding your next Facebook post? Come on. Certainly being quick to criticize others and being quick to experience conflict, they go hand in hand. And certainly being quick to criticize others and being quick to embrace the world, they go hand in hand. And certainly being quick to criticize others and possessing an unruly tongue, it goes hand in hand. All these subjects James has previously addressed, it all goes together. Never be quick to criticize others. How many churches fail to grow because its members are quick to criticize each other? And how can those screwed up, messed up, mixed up lives ever experience grace in a judgmental church where people play God? And how can we consistently judge the motives of others without living paranoid ourselves? We reap what we sow. Remember this, mercy triumphs over judgment. So never be quick to criticize others. Jesus said in Matthew 7:1, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." He says, why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, "Let me take the speck out of your eye," when all the time there's a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite, says Jesus, first take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly how to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Perhaps if we were quicker to criticize ourselves, that is, take the plank out of our own eye, we would find it harder to criticize others. That is, attempt to take the speck of sawdust out of our brother's eye. And perhaps we would stop playing judge and jury. Never be quick to criticize others. After Patrick Mahomes was drafted in 2017, a writer from USA Today gave the Chiefs a C- grade for selecting Mahomes. The writer said, "Calling Mahomes a project is a major understatement. He is nowhere near ready to play in the NFL. And honestly, he may never be. Between his inconsistent accuracy due to poor mechanics and his tendency to bail from clean pockets and his lack of field vision, he's going to leave as many big plays on the field as he creates. This was a risky pick." Don't you love it? In 2020, Mahomes led the Chiefs to their first Super Bowl win in 50 years. His performance in the biggest game of the season earned him the title of the youngest Super Bowl MVP. And some sports specialists suggest Mahomes has the potential of being the greatest of all time. And by the way, USA Today, the Chiefs gave him an A+ for his performance. Never be quick to criticize others.